Hey everyone, and welcome. I'm going to give everyone just a few seconds to hop on while we're waiting. So this is day 2 of the Exit Strategy Formula Workshop, and I am super excited. I am actually thrilled. Yesterday, I was able to answer so many questions. So many of you guys sent me questions about launching your freedom-based coaching consulting business after being a business owner, brick and mortar salon owner, spa owner for so many years. So I'm just waiting. There's a few last people hopping in. I want to thank you guys all for joining. If you haven't already done so, I want you to head on over either in the community, in the Facebook group, or below in the description and subscribe to my podcast, subscribe to my YouTube channel, connect with me and get one of my copies of my best-selling books that I have out. That tells the story of really how I did this, how I transitioned from being a hairstylist of over 3 decades to a successful online coaching consultant. So as you guys come in, say hello in the chat. Let me know where you're watching from. And I just, again, want to thank you so much for being here. So there's day 2. Yesterday was day 1, and I covered the foundations of getting clarity, right? Getting crystal clear of what it needs to look like for you to be able to leave your brick and mortar, meaning leave your location type of career or business and step into your new business of being a freedom-based, meaning you could freaking work from anywhere. Freedom-based simply means you could take your laptop, you can take your phone, and you can go work from anywhere in the world and share your brilliance, your knowledge, your experience, all the things that are you and that make you super special. I call that your magic, right? It could be your life experience, it could be your work experience, it could be your education, your certifications, a journey you went through, a spiritual gift you have. You may be a healer. So there's so many ways that you can craft your business, your coaching, consulting, or online mentoring, because they're all the same, but yet a little different. And I customize that when we work together in the Brilliant Business Reinvention program. So enough of that. I want you guys, again, there was a workbook you could download, but I go intuitively and speak from my heart. And the workbook is for you to take notes and kind of help you with your assessment. So hopefully yesterday you did your homework and you totally dove in and you assessed. Now let's see, wait, there's someone waiting here in the waiting room. Is everybody in? Everybody's here. Can everybody hear me, see me? Let me hear in the chat. Can you guys all hear me and see me? Make sure nobody is left out. Are you guys all in here? I don't know, there wasn't supposed to be a waiting room, but okay, so everyone's here then. Great, terrific. Okay, so we are actually streaming live today. As you guys come in, just please mute your microphones. I didn't do the auto mute for everyone. And welcome once again. Okay, you guys hear me okay? We're all good? Perfect. All right, so today we are gonna go, I still hear someone's microphone is on. Whose mic is that? Guys, just make sure you mute your mics. Let me see. I'm going to mute everyone's mic because I'm hearing something going on here. Let's see. All right, that should be better. Are we better? Yes, perfect. Okay, so without any further ado, I'm going to move on to day 2. So day 2, I like to cover what the processes were that I personally took when I went from being a brick and mortar business owner to launching my coaching and consulting business online. Now, online, there's a lot of people teaching these strategies the way they think they should be taught. I specifically custom tailor my process, my methodology, right? My signature way of doing it. Like I call it my brilliant methodology, the step-by-step way of getting the results. So from going from brick and mortar beauty or wellness business owner to being a successful online coach, consultant, or mentor, right? So where I'm going with this is this. There's a million people teaching different ways to do this. I specialize in teaching the beauty and wellness space. So you can take content maybe that you've been exposed to or learned from other people, but what I'm showing you is a simplified way to do it without all the online jargon and shiny stuff and all that nonsense. All right, so day 2 is all about your niche. Now, what's a niche? It basically means your expertise. Like, who are you talking to? What are the people that you are talking to, that you are, connecting with? Who are the people that are making your business roll? So like my niche right now specifically is beauty and wellness professionals who are transitioning out of the beauty and wellness space, right? Why would that be a niche? Because that is specific, right? I'm talking to beauty and wellness professionals. I'm not talking to people who are starting a salon. I'm not talking to people who are looking to make their first 6 figures in a salon. I'm talking to people who are established, right? And they're looking, guys, just do me a favor, everyone, just mute your mics just because, I can hear like the back, someone in the back. Let's see who is, let's see. I think we're all good now. And so your niche is, who are you talking to? Like, what is that target market? So I want you guys to all write down now, who's your niche? Now, you might not be clear on that, but together we can work on this. And if you want, book a 10-minute clarity call. I will help you figure out your niche. It is completely free. Just make sure you book it. It's in the group, in the links, and I will walk you through getting your niche. A niche is super important because the more specific it is, the easier it's going to be for people to understand what you're talking about. If I wasn't crystal clear, so everyone who's in here, every single person that is in this group that has signed up for this workshop, you are either a beauty or wellness professional. Unless you slipped in here by accident and you just want to see what I'm doing, right? Like, it's like you are a beauty or wellness professional. You either have a brick and mortar business or you're an established business owner and you're looking to start a new stream of income as your exit strategy as a coach, consultant, and online mentor. So you see, that's my niche. What is your niche? I want you to write down now a few of them, 3 or 4 things, unless you're crystal clear on what your niche is. Write down, brain dump 3 to 5 ideas of what your niche could be based on the homework you did yesterday, showing what your expertise is and what people constantly pick your brain about and what lights you up and all that juicy stuff we did yesterday. The second most important thing is we're going to do your niche, and then you need a message. What's a message? Your message is basically how you articulate, how you speak to the people in your niche that makes it compelling. The message means, what are you saying? What is your story? Why are people going to listen to you, right? Why did you listen to me? What did I say in my verbiage, in my videos, in my posts, in my blogs that made it hit your heart center and say, she's talking to me. Holy shit, Maria's talking to me. How did she know that? That's me. I get on calls with people all the time. They're like, I felt like you were talking to me. I looked over my shoulder because I felt like you were talking to me. So that's what the message is. And then again, we work together in the Brilliant Business Reinvention Program. We articulate and craft your message so it's not full of fluff. It's got to be easy. It's got to be simple. It's got to be, again, a third grader needs to understand what the hell you're saying. So my message is, I help establish beauty and wellness experts launch their freedom-based coaching, consulting, or mentoring business so they can have freedom. Okay? It's simple. It's not overcomplicated. Oh, and I forgot, with no BS. We can't forget with no BS, because that's my signature thing is no BS. Number 3 is your position. What's your position in the market? Where are we going to position this beautiful business in the market? Position means, let's look at Apple. I have an Apple iPhone, okay? Sorry for any of you guys that don't like it, but this is what I have. Apple positioned themselves at the top as a category of 1, and people are lining up to buy. I positioned myself at the top as a category of 1 to my niche, which is you, with my message, which is clear, that I am the ideal person for you to pick to work with to launch a coaching consulting business if you come from the beauty or wellness space. I'm down to earth. I'm big-hearted. I believe in intuition. I'm spiritual. I'm energetic. I over-deliver. I show up with a heart. Do you see where my position comes in? I always show up authentic. That is my position. And because I come from the beauty space, because I'm clear that I was a hairdresser and a hairstylist, and I was able to create this uber successful online business, it gives me positioning. Like, I'm not full of shit. My position is true. There's reviews, there's people who have done this with me. So my position is really, so I have claimed my stake in the ground as the specialist in this realm. And again, there's got to be competition, because if there's no competition, that means it's not a valid type of business. But my competition's irrelevant. You know why? Just like your competition will be irrelevant if you're positioned correctly, if your message is clear, if your niche is clear, because guess what? You're you, and that's your superpower. Nobody's you. When I first started, I couldn't comprehend that. I'm like, but people are doing that. Are they going to listen to me? But you know what makes me me? Me. Like, nobody's friggin' me. No one shows up like me. No one talks like me. No one's got my energy. No one's got my soul. No one over delivers like me. No one gives a shit the way I do. And my clients get results because they resonate with me. Okay, so that's your position. Is everyone following? Let me hear in the chat. Guys, give me some love in the chat. Let me know if this resonates. Let's see, do we have the chat up here? Let me know if this resonates. Is it all resonating? Yes. Okay, perfect. All right, so as we're going now to the next thing, and you guys are all on board, and I thank everyone who's watching. I thank everyone who's watching live in the Facebook group, everyone who's watching live on YouTube who couldn't make it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys so much. So next, we're going to go to the value proposition. Now, I dropped in the Facebook group today a document for the value proposition. Does anyone not have it? Let me just share this real quick on here, just in case somebody doesn't have it, so you can grab it. I'm going to drop it right in the comments, and that way you can open it and you can view it, okay? So the value proposition is a really cool thing. I learned, I used this with one of my first mentors, and it was so powerful for me because when we worked on this together, I remember being like overwhelmed, you know, and I was like, oh my God, like, what is this? Like, I don't even understand what the hell she's saying. But together we created this, and now I use this in my business. This is my personal value proposition. So in the value proposition, you can just write this down, grab a piece of paper, and you can do this over and over and over until it's perfected. So let's do this together. Ready? My name is, put your name. I'm going to say, my name is Maria. I am a business coach, or I am a business consultant, whichever one I want to choose. I tend to use consultant more because I give real strategy. I don't just like let you guess your way through things. Okay. The next line is I help. Now mine would say beauty and wellness experts with starting a freedom-based coaching or consulting business. Do you see how there's no jargon there? It's really simple. Okay, now you fill this in with what you're doing. Again, guys, you can do this over and over again on notebooks. When I started, I would do this over and over. And I'm like, no, that's not right. That doesn't sound right. That's not what I want. Again, you book that 10-minute call with me. I'm going to help you get clarity on this, and we'll get this done together if you want support. So just reach out to me. Don't be shy. Please take advantage of the free consultation I am offering. Okay, so now we filled it out. I help beauty and wellness experts with launching their freedom-based coaching or consulting business so that they can, what do you guys get from that? So that they can have location independence from their brick and mortar, create a lucrative income, and create and have influence or impact. Again, any of these words work. You can play with the words. These are just my own words. But you can create, keep it simple. Remember, guys, 3rd grade reading level. We don't want to overwhelm people, because when we overwhelm them, you lose them. If it gets too complicated, you lose them, especially today in the world of the internet, in the world of fast things happening, and, you know, overload. Let's be honest, there's overload right now. Okay, are we all on board with that? So fill that out. My name is blank. I am blank. I help blank with blank so they can blank, blank, blank. Okay. Next. Now, I know this might be bringing up a lot of emotion. You might be feeling like overwhelmed at the second. That's okay, because this is how we process. This is how we deep dive and dig out what you're going to be doing in your coaching business, and that your messaging is going to be clear. Because if you can fill this out, this is your value proposition. This will give you clarity on everything else, because then you'll know who you're talking to, what you're saying to them, what your position is, and that will be so much easier to put your business together. Now, I want you to think clearly about this. You may not be able to answer yet, but I want you to just let your intuition guide you. And again, like yesterday, do some automatic writing. Let your soul speak. Ready? My 3 most powerful outcomes I offer are, what are the top 3 things that you know you can get the person that you just talked about results on? Right? Put those 3 things down. Now, I could give more than 3, but I'm going to pick my top 3. So my most powerful outcomes I offer are, I help people become empowered to launch their coaching consulting business without overwhelm. I help people leave their brick and mortar business and have more freedom. I help people raise their income level without being changed to a location. Those are 3 things. There's so many more, but those are the top 3 things that just came to mind for me. So I want you to write the 3 most powerful outcomes you offer. Now, yesterday I tapped into why you should be a specialist and not a generalist. And again, guys, I can't urge this enough. You have to be a specialist. When you have a tooth problem and you need an implant, are you going to go to the heart doctor? No, you're going to go to the guy or the girl, the specialist who does implants, and specifically the type of implants you want. So keep this in mind. When you're going to get blonde, like you want your hair balayage or you want highlights, you're not going to go to the barber, are you? No, you're going to go to the specialist who does, she specializes only in blonde, because you know you're going to get the best result. So this is what we're doing here. So I'm here, I want you to fill out what and why makes me special and what is my magic. Now, guys, I want you to be really nice to yourself. I want you to breathe. Let's do some breathing together. 1 second. Let's stop everything and let's breathe together. Let's get grounded into our soul. Ready? One more. Okay. Now answer the questions. What is your magic? Right? Write it down. What makes you special? What do you do better than everyone else? Now, you might have answered some of these yesterday, so these should be coming up easy for you. And remember, the biggest problem most successful and expert wellness and beauty professionals have is they don't own their brilliance. They do not own their freaking brilliance. Your brilliance is there. It's what comes easy to you. It's your life experience. It's what makes you different. It's your magic. So it could be you're compassionate, maybe you're empathetic, maybe you're soulful, you're a visionary. You help people, figure out whatever it is they need to figure out. Only you know your magic. So I want you to write down every single thing on this list that can make you a specialist and not a generalist. And it could be technical, it could be spiritual, it could be energetic, it can be anything that's your truth. And if I can't stress something which sets me apart in the industry, I don't give a rat's ass what anyone else is doing. You are you, and that's your superpower. And the sooner you own that, I can promise you, that's the sooner you're going to step into your greatness. Because your greatness is you. Your greatness is what you can bring to the world. Your greatness is the solutions, the answers that you have for people that you may be 3 to 4 steps ahead of. So I want you to emotionally feel this, feel it, step into it. What is it that you're 3 to 4 steps ahead of someone? I'll give you a quick example. My client, Lena, called her customer. I'm thinking of the salon. Lena, she's a client. She's maybe, I think it's 28-year spa owner. She's Italian. She lives in Italy. And I do have clients in Italy because I speak Italian, guys. But that's a whole nother subject. And Lena wanted to teach other women specifically how to hit their first 6 figures as a spa owner in Italy, okay? And she just had this methodology that no matter how many spas she opened, she got them to that 6 figures within the first year. And she had a special gift. So Lena decided to start her consulting company, and she's killing it. She has since then sold her brick and mortars. She only kept one just because she wanted to. And now she's impacting and influencing and helping so many other young spa owners who really needed the guidance and her brilliance with her methodology. She's changing people's lives. And in turn, she has a freedom business and she is thrilled. But when she first contacted me, she was so afraid to own what came easy to her. Do you see where I'm going with this, guys? We're so afraid to own what comes easy to us. I was afraid to own that I am the queen of reinvention. I will help you reinvent your business. It comes easy to me. I have insight. I have intuition. I have business acumen. When I owned it, boom, my consulting business exploded. And guess what? I over deliver. I show up honestly. I just invite people in. So if they're ready, then they hire me. If they're not, that's all good. They take what I teach them and they can do it on their own and run with it. No worries. So now, finish up your value proposition and let's focus on the next part. Your brand. What type of brand do you want to exude? Do you want to be high level? Now, I just don't want to get off track here, but I just want to hit one topic. I teach what's called high level consulting and coaching, which means there's no right or wrong answer, but I'm going to give you an example of $1 million, okay? So let's just say you want to make $1 million in revenue from your new company. $1 million in revenue means what comes in. So that means higher value offers. I prefer to teach higher value offers. So if you have a $20,000 offer, and now when I just said that, if that made you, you're like, what the frig is she talking about? 20,000. You need to normalize that making money is okay. You need to normalize that people who have disposable income spend $20,000 on investing in coaches and consultants. This was shocking to me when I came from the salon world. And it may be shocking to you as you're listening to this video. But I can guarantee you, people who are at a certain level invest in themselves. So you may want to consider making sure that you're going to be talking to clients who can afford you. I'm not telling you you have to make $20,000 offers, but this is food for thought. $20,000 offers, you need 50 people a year. That's 4 people a month to hit $1 million in gross revenue. Now that number could be anything. You could make your revenue to be 500,000. Then we do the math, reverse engineer. You might want to make 250,000, 100,000. There's no right or wrong answer here. But it's easier to sell higher ticket programs and offerings to people who have disposable income, meaning they have money that will not affect their livelihood, than it is to sell lower ticket mass products to people who are struggling and probably won't do the work. So I want you to just wrap your head around what I said, because if this is the first time you're hearing this, it could be really shocking to you. But I can tell you, this is what I learned the hard way. Okay? So you want to think, what type of business model do you want to create? Are you thinking of creating a high-level membership, meaning a mastermind? So a membership or a mastermind is basically you take a few group of people and you have weekly or monthly or biweekly meetings and you all work on the same thing together. Do you want a business model where you work one-on-one with people? That's what I do. I like working one-on-one with people because I want that total immersion connection, because I consult. I don't have a repeatable process where it's all cookie cutter. My process is so customized that I have to work with you one-on-one because it's custom tailored to you, your outcomes, your business, your life, and what you want. Does that make sense? Tell me in the chat if this all makes sense. Okay. So as you're thinking about that, I want you to write down, what are the ideas of the business model you want? And again, these are things we sort out and we work through step by step in the Brilliant Business Reinvention Program to get you launched, to get your coaching consulting business launched. But I want you to think about this. And really, there's no right or wrong answer. It's basically what you want. I have some clients, they love group coaching. They want to show up once a month for 1 hour. They want everybody in the same container and they want to coach all at once. I have other clients that do high-level consulting. They want to do one-on-one, and that's what they do. I have some other clients who only do VIP days, which means they meet clients out for a day. The client will pay between $10,000 and $25,000 a day with them, and they consult that way. Like, there's so many, the list is so long, but it just depends what you want. We work on this together. You and I actually pull apart, get clarity, and we figure out what kind of business do you want. Then I have some clients, one of my clients, Nikki, she actually wanted to have a membership. So she created a membership where she just shows up. Everything's like in an online platform like Kajabi or Thinkific. These are, if I'm like saying stuff you don't understand, those are platforms that you keep online courses in, basically. And I teach you all this. If that's the route you want to go, I help you with that. They want to have an online course where they are just DIY. But with online courses and DIY, you need a lot of ad spend, meaning you need to spend money on advertising to get people into those courses. So that's a whole nother topic. But you can create any type of business you want. I have some clients that just do live Zoom coaching, meaning they have no structure. People show up on Zoom, they do once a month, they kind of do coaching and consulting, and people pay as they go. Again, we decide, you and I together, what kind of income do you want to make? How many hours do you want to work? How repeatable do you want it? Like, what are your goals? And then we construct. I reverse engineer and I help you create the business that is right for you, not for me, for you and for your outcomes. Okay. And last but not least, what I just covered is type of delivery, meaning how are you going to deliver the product? So here's an example. My delivery is I work with you 6 months. We have a 90-minute intake call. Okay, this is an example of a delivery of a coaching program or consulting program. I have an intake call with you. I ask you 90 minutes, a whole bunch of really great questions that help me put together the best possible outcome for you. I find out everything I need to know from you in that 90 minutes, and we really get to connect. After that, your 6-month program begins. You start working with me twice a month. We meet one day, the same days every week, usually because consistency is best. You meet with me 1 week, then the next week, you have time to implement. And you also get text and voice support on those off weeks. So I'm constantly connected with my clients. They feel like they can reach out to me. I give you my private cell phone number to text, and it gives them support. Now, this goes on for 6 months. And we make sure that by the end of the 6 months, your coaching consulting business is ready to launch. It is super powerful. Now, this is one type of delivery model. Another type of delivery model could be a group coaching program where people come into a container like a Facebook group or a Zoom link, and you just meet with like 10 people, just like I'm on this Zoom with all of you right now. You would do group coaching. You could do it every week, every other week, twice a month, whatever. We create what works for you at the price point that will reflect the kind of client you want, right? Because we can't sell shit to people who don't have money if it's not aligned with what you want to make. Like, what you have to sell has to be aligned with the right person who can pay for it. Okay, that's like the same thing. Louis Vuitton never has a sale. You see where I'm going with this? But if you go to Target, you can access other things. So they're totally different ways of delivery, different programs, and we custom tailor all of that. Okay, guys, our time is up. I think I talked way too much. I just want to leave you today with a little love and a little message. If anything's coming up for you and you're feeling scared, you're feeling nervous, you're feeling overwhelmed, take a deep breath. Take it some time to take a walk outside, reconnect with yourself, and remember what is possible for you. What are the possibilities for you to co-create what your dream is? Don't let anyone or anything stop you, especially a negative or fearful mindset. Tomorrow, I'm going to be speaking all about mindset, and I'm bringing on some of my clients live that are going to be sharing their stories and connecting with you personally, so you can really see what it's like to work with me, but not more importantly than working with me, to invest in yourself and to launch the business that you are ready to create. Guys, sending you all massive love and light. Thank you for being here. And once again, book your 10-minute call with me. Just book it. The link's going to be below this video. Book it in. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. There's no sales. Again, I am simply inviting you in for transformation. If you are ready to commit to yourself, the link to join me is below. If you'd like to have a call first, I just want all of you to connect with me and talk to me, regardless if you're going to invest in yourself or not. I still want to help you. I want to help get clarity and get started. You can do this, take the steps I've given you, the workbook, and you can do this on your own. But if you'd like some hand-holding and support to guarantee that you will get things ready, then connect with me, book your call, get ready to invest, sign up, and I will see you tomorrow at the same time. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Thank you for being here. I love you all.